Hey everybody, Goosebumps for Dummies here, and today I'm dressed like a Reddit moderator for a very particular reason. It is a very special day for the Goosebumps community, at least when you're seeing this, which it should be October 27th, 2025. That's when this is going up. This day marks the 30th anniversary of the original Goosebumps TV series, and more particularly, goddamn, the show's old now, the original Haunted Mask episode. Yeah, 30 years ago this thing aired. And it's become an icon. This is the absolute most favorite episode of the show next to the dummy episodes, Slappy, and one of the most iconic Halloween specials of all time. Straight up. Yeah, Haunted Mask, very popular episode. I think it is also one of the most well-received, too. And I believe it broke fucking records when it aired. So, I think there's no better time to bring back the episode review series, because, yeah, I even reviewed an episode in over a year, I believe, so, yeah, it's a little overdue. So, bringing it back for this occasion just felt right. Though I can't guarantee we're going to bring it back every month for a little bit, I can guarantee we will be talking about more episodes in the coming months, hopefully throughout next year, because I'm still trying to get my book reviews done, because yes, we're almost done with reviewing every Goosebumps book. What a time. But yeah, the Haunted Mask episode is extremely iconic, and I think there's just no better time to review it, and why should we waste time? Let's dive in. Laying the groundwork for the rest of the series, yes, I removed my hat, sorry. We are not going to be showing clips from the episodes, because in my first 7, they got copyright claimed. And I don't care, because I don't make money off this stuff, this is purely passion projects, but if I ever make money one day, I'd like to make some off these, as well as it just makes my life easier, so I don't have to edit them in, and we all know what the episodes look like. I'm hoping, I pray we've watched them. We are going to be reading summaries instead. If there are no summaries to be read from physical media or anywhere that is official, now I'm just going off my own memory. And now for blurb. Shy, quiet Carly Beth is an easy target for everyone's teasing and practical jokes. But this Halloween, she's found a wonderfully spooky mask, but has her tormentors scared and running. Carly Beth refuses to take her new mask off, even though it seems to cause strange things to happen to her and to other people. One day, the magic of the mask turns on Carly Beth. She's horrified to discover that she and the mask have become one. Oh no! Okay, downplaying it. This episode is the first of many of the Goosebumps series, and it spawned the entire show. So there's a lot to live up to. Does it? Yeah. One of my most immediate praises for this episode is the acting. I think they actually really nailed it with the first episode. Of all things, I think this is one of the most well-acted episodes. Seriously. Carly Beth's actress, Catherine Long, just does a great job. And the other main character, I guess, Sabrina, who was played by Catherine Short, yeah, I know, funny, is also amazing. I think they work off each other really well. I think they're really well acted and portrayed. And I believe all the other characters like Chuck, Steve, especially Carly's mom, and maybe even her little brother, though he's annoying, but whatever, little brothers are. And especially, do not forget the shopkeeper. Rest in peace, Colin Fox. I genuinely like these versions of these characters. I think they're all really solid. Another immediate praise I can say, once again, is the soundtrack. It is just downright awesome. I think this is absolutely, and I'm playing it right now, by the way, at least I should, one of the best pieces of the show, like, overall. Everything from this episode, especially my favorite theme, I'd say, is Carly's theme. Just killer. This is a killer soundtrack for this episode, and it sets the mood perfectly alongside the actual visual atmosphere of Halloween, which is its own upside. The Halloween setting and vibe feels really good. And especially when we get to Halloween night. There's decorations, there's extras wearing costumes and all that. It's just so nice. I think it really captured that essence perfectly. There's some really good horror in this episode as well. I think there's some mild body horror. I don't know the genre very well, but there's some body horror here involving the mask kind of morphing to Carly Beth's skin. And it's just super gross. Especially when, I don't know if this is what they were going for, or if it just happened to look like that, when the mask is literally just covered in sweat. That's so gross, and it makes me uncomfortable in the best way possible. Because it really emphasizes how dire this is. Body horror makes people uncomfortable. I was visibly uncomfortable watching this, if you were in the same room as me. I think it's really gross. There's even some moments where you can see it literally morphing to her face, and that's just, ew. And it looks genuinely really good, too. Like, it's a very solid-looking mask. I I think the prop or makeup design team did a really good job here. One of the most important things I've neglected to mention so far is the actual story and the moral. The story is very solid, nothing groundbreaking for media as a whole, but of course, I think it's a very interesting idea using this mask as a sort of amplifier of this actual moral. The moral theme, whatever you want to call it, is that Carly Beth needs to come to terms with herself, and she can't. That's the main conflict of this episode too. Carly Beth is being taken over by this mask, which is a vicious entity in itself, which is fairly interesting. And it really works. I think using that as the amplifier of the theme is such a unique and great idea, and it's done very well here as well in the book. But again, the moral itself, really good stuff. I think it is very nice for children's media, and is actually something that has resonated with a lot of people, including myself. So yeah, Haunted Mask episode. Infinitely iconic, extremely memorable, extremely likable, and rewatchable, but I have some nitpicks. I know, nitpicks. No one likes them. But they don't bother me to the most egregious extent, but they're, they're there. And they basically stem from budgetary reasons and the Haunted Mask's voice. That's really it. And these aren't going to deduct much. Well, they will deduct something, you will see. Just not a lot from my score. There's some CGI that doesn't look very good here, like the bust of Carly Beth. I mean, just in itself, the bust looks like crap, so that's just a budgetary thing. I mean, it doesn't look terrible in the dark, I think. It's a bit more believable. When it's in the light, though, it doesn't look much like Carly Beth. It resembles her, but it really doesn't look like an actual head. And they're playing it off like it does, which is like fine. I get the budget, but it just doesn't look very good in retrospective, especially with the CGI mouth there and all. And again, CGI with the floating masks near the climax, or actually in the climax, sorry, it just isn't landing. I feel it's not the best. But aside from that little budgetary issue, there's also again the Haunted Mask's winny voice that Catherine Long tries to portray. And I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I don't think it works very well. I wish they would have either dubbed over with someone else, or she would have gone for a different voice. I don't know if she could. I don't know the full story of why they went with that, but either way, I just don't like it very much. But those things aside, I don't really have much to deduct here. It's still a really darn good episode, but I don't think it is perfect. In fact, not quite. But still really, really good. And I think you should absolutely check it out if you haven't, especially after you've seen this review. I've kind of spoiled some big things, like the ending and all. But no less, let's rate this thing. I'm going to give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. I think it's a really solid episode to watch and rewatch for the Halloween season. And a very iconic Halloween special for all the right reasons. It's got the atmosphere, it's got the moral, and it's got the characters. Really nice stuff, especially the monster too. On the fright meter, I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. I don't think it is the scariest episode, but I think it's decently scary, especially if you're of the younger generation, or more apt to the scares this thing is trying to portray. And yes, this thing is Shrunky approved. No duh. Yes, that is my old rating card that we used a few years ago. I'm still using that for this series, so it's back, baby. And yeah, again, really darn good episode, and I highly recommend you rewatch it for its anniversary, just out of celebration. And yeah, happy 30th anniversary to the original Goosebumps series and this particular episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. See you guys in the next one. Bye. And happy Halloween.